Hey everyone. Um, so today I'm going to be talking about a controversial topic. Uh, it's got to do with the customer service here in Vietnam, especially in Ho Chi Minh City. I'm an expat living out here for more than 4 years now. Right now, I run my own business. Before I used to teach English. I still do sometimes online. So. I'm going to be talking about my personal experience when it comes to customer service here in Saigon, in Vietnam. Um, so as you can see that I'm a person of color, and uh, my nationality is from India. I think I'll take off the mask so it'll be easy for me to breathe a bit. Okay. This is my personal experience, and in no ways I'm trying to generalize anything, but this is what I have been experiencing here when it comes to the bad customer service. You can say the poor customer service treatment, which I usually get here in Ho Chi Minh City. Um, and I'm at the end of the video. I'm also going to talk about how this problem can be solved. How Vietnam can actually improve its customer service experience. For most expats. So as I told you, I'm a person of color. I'm a brown skinned foreigner. I'm not a white foreigner. um, you know I'm going to be talking from my personal experience. If you don't like watching this video, you can watch something else, or because I don't like to create fluff videos. I like to be talking about my personal experience. That's what my channel is about, and I'm straight up, no BS. First, let's just talk about the politeness. um, it's just I just fail to understand that you know I don't see a lot of smiles when I go to most of these coffee shops here in Ho Chi Minh City, or if I'm going to be going to a restaurant here. um, the politeness is not really there exactly. It's just I don't see any kind of smiles, or like friendliness, or I never had any kind of a situation where um, they would come up to me and say, how's your coffee, or how's the food. You don't get that much over here. I've experienced that a bit in other parts of Southeast Asia. Surprisingly, I was a bit impressed with the customer service in Cambodia, uh, which was a bit surprising for me. But I don't see much of the politeness and the friendliness, and I don't know, um, like when you're hiring, when you're hiring the when you're hiring your employees, the staff. I really don't know what kind of training is being provided, uh, because yes, they do cater primarily to Vietnamese, and of course to expats, especially who are not people of color. Okay, so I'm talking about white expats. Okay, Europeans, Westerners, that's all different. But uh, a person of color, a brown skinned foreigner like me from India, I found it quite challenging. I still do. It's not only restaurants, but sometimes in the hotels. Like you get the cold treatment from the reception people. Um, I guess it's just a narrow mindedness, like unfriendly staff, or like I said, the politeness, the friendliness is just give the freaking money, and That's not how you run customer service because I myself come from a marketing background. I was business development for many years in Southeast Asia. So for me, customer service was the highest importance, which I would give to my clients. Um, but so I'm just giving this kind of feedback. Okay, so now let's just talk about some of the places where I usually get poor customer service treatment. So I would first start with the coffee shops. I love coffee. I mean, as I'm making this video, I'm having my coffee. So I'm a coffee lover. I love Vietnamese coffee, and I love to explore a lot of coffee joints here, popping up here in Saigon. Um, so especially for a couple of coffee joints, which I was really not impressed with customer service, especially Highland Coffee, the Coffee House, and of course, I believe what the Garage Coffee. I don't know, a couple of these other coffee houses where you have a lot of these franchises, especially with Highland Coffee. I don't know what's up with these guys, but whenever I visit Highland Coffee in District One, or somewhere around Buivian area locations and all those places, they're just not willing to serve me. Like they just come up with a very, they don't even just say hello properly. They don't have any friendliness. They don't have any smiles. They just like, they don't want to assist you with the drinks, but I guess it's just the perception of most of these staff people that okay, you're just a brown expat, or maybe you're from India, you're Ando, so I'm not going to give you that kind of good treatment. I mean, that's really bad. That's discrimination right there. So yeah, I'm not very happy with the service I usually get from Highland Coffee and the coffee house areas. It would be really nice, that if most of these, most of the staff, they approach you with a friendly manner, they just take you for granted. Okay, okay. They just and they speak to me in Vietnamese, like they tell me the price. I mean, you clearly know that I'm an expat guy. I can't speak a lot of Vietnamese, but I just speak in English, but you need to have that basic level of knowledge that just try to interact with me in English. So I don't know what's up with that. Then of course, like I said, the coffee restaurants, especially the coffee houses or the restaurants and bars around District One area. Buivian Street. I'm going to talk about Buivian and District One a bit. But especially these areas which are primarily focused for white expats. But when I try to say for example, if I want to go to a restaurant, or if I want to go to a bar, I don't think I will be entertained a lot. In fact, I feel a bit scared to go to these places because I'm scared with the fact that I'll get a very poor treatment. I'll not be welcomed. People misunderstand me. They feel like, oh, you're not white. Can you pay up the bill or something like that? So I mean, these kind of perceptions, most of these staff people, most of these people who are working around District One area, Buivian Street or something. I mean, if you have this kind of a perception that okay, oh, you're from India, or you're a brown skinned foreigner, maybe you cannot pay up for your food or for your drinks, so we don't want to entertain you. I think that's really racist, and I don't think that's the way to go about it. If you want to really become a very big tourist destination hub, if Vietnam really wants to become a really big tourist destination hub, because there are a lot of Indian tourists coming to Vietnam, and we want to be treated very nicely. We want to be treated fairly. It's not like oh, that expat, that foreigner is not white skinned foreigner, so you're a brown foreigner or whatever, so you're from India, so you know we don't want to treat you well. That's a very wrong way to go about it. So yeah, I mean, so I'm talking with so I spoke about the politeness, lack of friendliness, rudeness. Yes, definitely it is there. I mean, what really pisses me off is, like, say for example, if I want to go to a restaurant or if I want to go to a coffee shop, sometimes I like to ask them, can you recommend me the coffee for the day, or can you recommend me a nice relaxing coffee, or a nice can you recommend me a very good lunch or something. But they just go zero in that. They just don't understand what I'm trying to, they just want to give you the menu, and for you it's to decide. But it would be nice if we can train the staff and everyone, if you can teach them, that you need to be informed, like what's, like, okay, it's lunchtime, what's really special right now for lunch, or what's special for breakfast, or something like that. What are the deals, what are the discounts, you know what I mean? Like, because, like, if you're in America, I remember when I was in the States, sometimes I would, like, go out for brunch or something, so they would just say, like, today's special, or even in Australia. But so if you can implement these kind of strategies, then I think that'll be really nice. Then of course, I don't know what's up with. I always, whenever I go to Bolivian Street or District One, I just don't feel welcome over there. It's just that, especially if I'm going to walk around the bars at night or something, I see these most of these people who are with menus and all that. They just want to target certain kind of foreigners, the white expats, and person like me, a brown skinned person guy from India. They just neglect me, as if I should not go to that EDM bar to drink a beer or something, because I averagely spend around 250 to 350,000 Vietnam dong just at Bolivian Street sometimes, or maybe it can go up to 500,000. So yeah, I mean, don't judge a book by its cover. So whoever is running the Bolivian Street management, they should educate most of these staffs working in bars and restaurants, that you should allow all types of foreigners to come in and have a drink, even straight, even for District One locations. When you have most of these Western bars, restaurants. If I'm walking by, it's just like they sometimes they give you a look, as if, don't look at this joint, okay, don't look at this restaurant, oh, keep moving. I think that's really wrong. If you really want to improve your business, if you really want to scale up your business, you got to be more tolerant towards expats who are coming from different countries. It doesn't only have to be Europeans and Westerners. So yeah, I covered up with Bolivian. Yeah, so I think it would be nice if, if the media over here in Vietnam can try to bring about a bit of awareness, or if, like, bring about a bit of awareness that, okay, you're having a lot of tourists coming from India to Vietnam. You have to get adjusted to these kind of tourists, to these expats. It doesn't have to be in your mind, oh, it has to be only a white foreigner from Europe or from the West, because that's not really a solution for growing your tourism industry here in Vietnam. I mean, I'm specifically talking about the customer service. So these are just my personal opinions. I'm not generalizing anything. I'm not trying to harm or disrespect the tourism industry here in Vietnam, but this is my personal experience as a person of color. As you can see, that I'm a brown skinned foreigner, and people coming from India, they have, they're even darker, or they could be of different skin shades. It does not matter. Say for example, if I'm running a restaurant or a coffee shop, I will not discriminate you based on your skin color or your nationality. Most welcome. Please come in. I will not look at you from this mindset that, oh, can this person pay up the money or whatever it is. Just you're coming to eat in my restaurant, or you're gonna have a coffee in my coffee shop, or you're gonna drink some beers in my bar, and I know that you're gonna be paying money at the end of the day. So why not give you a good customer service? Because sometimes how I go about this is, if I'm having a shitty customer service experience in a coffee shop here in Vietnam or in a restaurant, or so, I just tell them that, look, give me a good customer service, a good experience, because I have to write a good Google review. And I even tell these to these couple of these hotels, here in Vietnam, because I'm a premium member with Booking.com, but I don't know why, but sometimes most of these hotels, they don't entertain much. They don't entertain the guests a lot if you're booking from Booking.com. But when I mention Google review, their ass is shake, and they're like, okay, fine. And I mean, I've given around 250 Google reviews. So yeah, I'm not a newbie. So it matters, because a single negative review for your business can really impact a lot. Okay. So remember, don't judge a book by its cover. Retrain all your staff. Yeah, I mean, like, say for example, if I go to Starbucks here in Vietnam, where yeah, I'm seeing a lot of branches right now here in Ho Chi Minh City. The service is good. Okay, they'll call you sir, or they'll treat you fairly. Okay, but if you're going to go to a coffee shop like Highland or the Coffee House or some other coffee shops here, which are really popping up. I'm not specifically targeting coffee shops, but if you're going to give me a bad welcome, and if you're not going to treat me well when I'm going to be ordering a coffee and some food, and give me that cold experience, then definitely you're going to have a negative Google review. Or maybe some other customer can go on platforms like Facebook or Instagram and post something shit about your business. So the first impression is always the last impression. That's why I keep on saying that improve your customer service here in Vietnam, because if you give a good customer service experience to the customers, they will always come back to you, and that's very good for your business. Okay, you should have that politeness, the friendliness. It's not about this is the money you pay, or something like that. That's not how you go about it, and that should be embedded in every section of the every section of the society here. Especially if you're going to be, see, even if you're going to buy a banh mi or whatever. Okay, um, good customer service should be the highest priority. Okay, to all foreigners, to all expats. Okay, it doesn't matter if the foreigner is coming from India, or from Africa, or from wherever. Okay, so you have to change the narrative. So I just hope that this video made a bit of sense, because I'm not a newbie to Vietnam. I've been living here for more than 4 years now in Saigon. So this is from my personal experience, and I should never have that feeling. In again, say for example, if I'm going to go to a Vincom mall or some flashy mall in Ho Chi Minh City, and if I want to eat in a restaurant, I should not have that kind of a feeling that, oh, can I go inside, but I'm not white? Will I be treated properly? You got to change the training. Okay, so you have to improve the staff training. Okay, so if you liked watching this video, I hope this made some sense, and I hope a couple of the recommendations which I've provided, could be implemented. Because at the end of the day, I really want Vietnam to be number one tourist destination hub in the whole of Asia, and primarily customer service is a very, very important aspect here. Okay, so that definitely needs to be looked into. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video, and you guys have a great day. Bye bye.